Welcome back to another episode of the Biblical Conservative Channel, where we make sure that people understand that they're not victims, that they're empowered for greatness. Boy, I got a good one for you today. So we head back to the Windy City of Chicago, and we talk about how the Black residents in Chicago are so fed up with Brandon Johnson and the Democrats and their plan to replace them with the migrants. They are actually willing to talk to Trump and the Republicans. Yeah, they are. And see, it shouldn't take this to get the residents of Chicago to open up their eyes and stop voting for the same people that have put them in this predicament. I mean, they voted over and over and over again for the same liberal, progressive, democratic policies that have led to them being on the outside looking in when it comes to this migrant crisis. I mean, the city of Chicago has done everything they can to elevate these migrants at the expense of their residents. I mean, you have residents of Chicago struggling. It's about to turn really, really cold up there. And you have the homeless of Chicago that don't have a place to sleep. But yet these migrants can sleep in the police station. These migrants, before they shut it down, we're going to have a migrant camp. They're doing everything they can to show the Black residents of Chicago that you are not valuable, that they place the desires and needs of people that have broken our laws, have come over here illegally, over the needs and the desires of their citizens, of the residents of the city. So now some Black folks are saying enough is enough. We are willing to even speak to Trump and the Republicans. Let's take a listen.
For uniforms and computers and all these things, we're not going to stand down, and we ask that the Republican Party come and sit down and have a meet with us. Come have a meet with us. We all are against mass immigration. Let's have a meet. Let's have a meet with the Republican Party. If Trump want to come to town, come and meet with us.
Trump 2024.
Come have a meet with us, Trump.
Trump 2024.
We are not going to stand idly by while you starve our community.
See that? The residents are now willing to meet with the Republicans and to meet with Trump. Now, will the Republicans take them up on this? Because, as I've been saying over and over and over again, open borders will not help Americans, and especially Black Americans. And Black people are starting to realize that the Democratic Party is all about this great replacement. And see, people have it twisted. They think the great replacement was to replace white people and to have Black and brown people be the majority in America. No. The great replacement is to bring in these illegal folks from Central and South America to come in and replace Black people, to give the Democrats a new constituency. That's why they're not doing much for the Black community, because their plan is to have so many migrants come in and overrun the system that the system fails, and that everybody is a permanent serf to the government, to the Democratic Party, that they have a voting base for generations to come. That's their plan. But it's backfiring on them because they thought Black people were just going to sit idly by and let that happen. No, Black people are against this mass immigration because they realize it's taking away resources and those things from them. They're not against the migrants. They want everybody to come in and have an opportunity, but they want you to come in legally. Come in the right way. Don't break the law claiming asylum. When a lot of these people are not claiming asylum, they're just getting on board the gravy train to come to America to find a better life. And they're being taken advantage of as well. The whole thing is messed up. And President Biden could solve this right now. He could shut down this mass influx of people from the southern border right now if he wanted to. Right now. He has the authority to do that. But he chooses not to because the Democratic Party is all about open borders. They're all about removing borders. And see, in the Bible, it talks about how Acts 17:26, God has established every person and their borders in their appointed time. The borders are biblical. Biblical. We all have borders. You have borders around your house. You have a property line. You don't want someone coming over and infringing your property without your permission, right? And the same thing applies to our country. And I know they may say, oh, they're coming to seek asylum. Well, you can process the people coming for asylum. All these people are not coming for asylum, okay? They're coming because Joe Biden gave them an open door, a ticket to come over here. And they're coming not just from Venezuela, they're coming from China. I've seen people arrested coming from China and from Iran and other places like that. And so not only is it a problem in terms of taking away the resources from the community, it's also a problem when it comes to national security. But they don't care about that because the Democrats don't care about national security and they don't care about black people. So black folks in Illinois in particular are really getting fed up with this. As a matter of fact, he had a member of the NAACP recently speak out about this.
Leaders from around the state. Illinois President Teresa Haley is answering a question from a participant when she begins talking about all the migrants coming to Chicago and how they are living on the streets, and that black people have been in similar predicaments for a long time and no one cares.
But these immigrants have come over here. They've been raping people. They've been breaking into homes. They're like savages as well. They don't speak the language and they look at us like we were crazy.
Governor J.B. Pritzker today denouncing those comments.
Reprehensible remarks. I would hope that she would apologize for the remarks. I also think that people should recognize that immigrants to this country are all around us.
Haley, reached by phone while on vacation in Dubai, denied making the comments, but when confronted about them being on video, suggested it was a fake, saying, with AI, anything is possible. Childress also claims Haley's comments were taken out of context.
These comments are not indicative of what the NAACP stands for. But again, I'm not going to speak on behalf of Teresa Haley and say she should or shouldn't resign or things like that.
Now, what she said in terms of calling them savages, I wouldn't have went that far. But it shows you the frustration that black people have. And she was so funny, said it could have been an AI. She called it a deep fake. Come on, man. You know that was you saying that stuff. But she's just voicing the frustration of a lot of black people when they see everything that's being done. And the governor talk about you have immigrants all around you. Stop conflating the two. Stop gaslighting people. These are not immigrants. These are migrants. There's a difference. These are people coming in, invading the country. These are not people coming in legally the right way, being processed and coming in and wanting to be a citizen. These are people coming in, not adapting to the culture, overrunning communities, not valuing the residents that are there, and causing problems. Let's be real about it. What is happening? See, the Democratic Party wants to make black people continual and perpetual victims. And what I say on this channel is that we're not victims. We are empowered for greatness. But my question is, will the Republican Party actually reach out to black people in Chicago? Will the Republican Party recognize this opportunity to go in and provide conservative principles from a conservative perspective, not a Republican perspective, not to get them to be Republicans, but to go in and actually give them conservative American principles? So that's what the black people want to stand on. That's what they're looking for. They are against this open border policy, but will Republicans take them up on that? I will not hold your breath with this current leadership of the Republican Party. Now, Trump may do that, but as far as the current leadership of the Republican Party, nah, I'll be pleasant. You know what? I'll be very surprised if they respond to this. If they do, great, but they need to respond the correct way with principles that are in alignment with the Word of God that these people want to hear, because they recognize that their children and their future is being snuffed out because the Democrats want this open border policy and they're bringing in these people that are taking away resources from their community. Hey, I want to say, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button and click subscribe so we can get this message out to as many people as we can to let them know that they're not victims, they are empowered for greatness.